In the next half hour on the marketplace, government goes tough on fight against illegal miners. Defense Minister justifies the burning of 49 excavators and other mining equipment in the third phase of Operation Halt.
49 excavators were burnt this time. The number kept increasing. Chamfine machines 228. 87 water pumping machines.
Also, Ghana overtakes Nigeria and Tanzania to become the fourth largest African destination from the United States. We have more as US-based airline United Airlines has relaunched passenger flight operations from Washington to Accra. Plus, you will be hacked one day, but when? We will be joined in studio by a cybersecurity agent and thought leader who believes cybersecurity is a myth. We have all these and more coming up. My name is Charles Aite. Hello and welcome. 49 excavators burnt, 229 chamfans and 87 water pumping machines, among other mining equipment, have been destroyed in the third phase of the Operation Halt by the military task force mandated to halt activities of illegal miners. That's according to the Defense Minister, Dominic Nituo. Now, the minister also argued that the instruction to the military is to seize and destroy the equipment polluting our water bodies and not inspect the mining license of these companies. The minister at a press briefing justified the actions of the task force to burn and destroy equipment owned by Extra Gold Mining Company.
49 excavators were burnt this time. The number kept increasing. Chamfine machines 228. 87 water pumping machines. That's very important. 87 water pumping machines. If these machines are working every 1 hour, 12 hours in a day or 8 hours in a day, you can imagine 87, just 1 day operation, 1.5 days operation. And they burnt 87 water pumping machines, 228 chamfines and 40 excavators, all working within the Brim River. I mean, what sort of river are you going to get? If this were to work within 1 week, you can imagine the damage to cause. And this is not 1 week. They are working for years. Wooden structures, 76. So come. 76 wooden structures they did, and people are saying 76. 1 container, 7 gen sets, that's generator sets they are using, the plants for generation, 6, motorbikes 3 were all destroyed, a single hunter's gun, Barra single hunter's gun 1 was also destroyed. But there are a few observations that we want to make that is a little different from what we saw. What we observed during the operation is that there are many chamfines on the and of course the ostrite of river bodies in Central and Ashanti more than the eastern region. So in Central and Ashanti, they use more chamfines within the water bodies. They don't divert a lot. They don't divert the river courses. They sit on the river and they pollute the river mostly. So you may still find the river course where the Navy can go, the engineers can use their boats. In the eastern region, it's different. The Navy and the boat, they couldn't even find the river to put their boats on. They have cleared off the river. The river itself is the target. So they divert the river and use the rest of the water for their ponds and mine within the bed of the river. So after the tributaries of the River Brim, most of them are gone. You don't have them again. The one that feeds the River Brim, it's gone, completely gone. So most of the illegal miners in the eastern region use excavators to mine on the river and the ostrite of the river bodies. And to use an excavator means you have to divert the course to make it dry so that you can mine inside. And that's what they've been doing. They mostly use these machines to divert the river course to the illegal mining sites for the illegalities.
Defense Minister on updates regarding illegal mining. Let's now talk aviation, because Ghana has now overtaken Nigeria and Tanzania as the fourth largest African destination from the United States. Now, this is not in terms of total volume, but rather in terms of U.S. origin travelers. And this is information we're getting from Forward Keys Travel Industry Trends. Let's pull up some graphics for you to help you understand where we stand at this particular moment. You can see that we stand fourth. South Africa is leading when it comes to the margins. But one interesting thing is the green light in there. Of course, we've picked up by over 44.5% jump in terms of the originated, travels from the United States. This is much more good. And we're having this discussion on the back of the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Stephanie Sullivan, saying that the United States will further deepen its bilateral relationship with Ghana. It follows the relaunch of passenger flight operations from Washington to Accra by the United Airlines. Its Dreamline 787 landed at the Kotoka International Airport over the weekend, and the U.S. ambassador said the start of the United Airlines service will also promote trade between both countries, that's Ghana and the United States. Once again, a little information about the United Airlines. We know that the airline will operate 3 flights per week to Accra, offering passengers more traveling options to the U.S. Also, United Airlines, which is the third largest airline in the world, as measured by fleet size and number, will compete with Delta on Accra, New York, JFK routes. Well, interesting trends there. Let's now bring in Sean Mendes. He's an aviation expert to help us understand his thoughts on all these developments in Ghana's aviation space. Sean, we're so grateful that you joined us. Good news, but what does this mean for our chances in the aviation space, specifically Ghana?
Hi, Charles. Thanks for having me again. I think this is actually a very positive development for Ghana in general. I think Ghana positioned itself, brand Ghana, so to speak, has positioned itself very strongly in the United States, where, as you've seen, Americans looking to travel to Africa are now choosing Ghana as their first gateway for tourism, for business, and so forth. And that is partly due to the stability of the country, the recent elections, which went on very peacefully and without, significant violence and so forth. The good handling of the COVID situation. Ghana has gotten a lot of credit internationally for the way that the COVID situation was handled, both domestically as well as with the reopening of the country's borders with the testing regime and so forth. And I think this is, multiple years of very good policy making by both governments have now come and are beginning to show dividends as more people around the world, and in the United States specifically in this case, are realizing the potential that lies in Ghana from both a business and tourism standpoint.
And speaking of business and tourism standpoint, of course, Washington, D.C. to Accra, this particular route in question opens so much opportunities, business-wise, airspace-wise, the confidence within the industry. But I want you to also have your take on the recent ranking where we have overtaken several African countries to rank 4th, in terms of the U.S. travels back to Ghana.
No, definitely, and I think that is really where you see where the real gains have been made. South Africa has gotten bad publicity in the United States in the last 6 months to a year because of the so-called South African variant of COVID that has developed there. In fact, there's a travel ban from South Africa to the US, so obviously their numbers are down. Morocco has vacillated between being open for tourists, being closed to tourists, and so forth. And Kenya also has had issues both with security. This has been a constant issue in Kenya over the last decade or so, as well as with the COVID situation there, which has not been very good. Ghana, in the meanwhile, has been able to deliver positive news on pretty much all these fronts. And when someone is looking, U.S. travelers in particular, and I think I mentioned this when we had a chat in January, that U.S. travelers in particular will look for replacement markets from their traditional travel markets, such as Europe and so forth, because of the high COVID cases there, because of the travel bans over there. And they are discovering Africa, and more specifically, they are discovering Ghana. So if Ghana can build on this, like Ghana built on the Year of Return and the other initiatives over the last few years, it is really going to be the first of many potentially new routes between Ghana and North America over the next 10 to 15 years.
Sean, we're so grateful. We shall catch up soon. That's Sean Mendes, an aviation expert, helping us understand his thoughts and analysis on Ghana ranking 4th destination from the United States. You're still watching Marketplace. When we return from this break, we shall be talking cyber resilience. To stay. You're welcome back. Now, one of many calls to action heralding this year's edition of the Ghana CEO Summit is the need for a Digital Economy Act. According to the CEO of Chief Executives Network Ghana and founder of the summit, Ernest de Gratadieu, the act is imperative so as to streamline government policies focused on digitalization. Here's a wrap of the event put together by my colleague Bismarck Ausa.
Brought together CEOs, business leaders and captains of industry to deliberate on redefining digital business transformation as an engine of future value for the organizations and society. The 2021 theme, Digital Transformation, Powering Business and Government Research for a Post-Pandemic Economic Resilience, a public-private sector dialogue, made the case for a great reset of Ghana's economy to make it digitally resilient. Founder of the Ghana CEO Summit, Ernest de Gratadieu, in an interview with Joy Business, indicated that the Digital Economy Act will help sanitize the country's digital ecosystem.
Our neighbors, Togo, have started strongly, and they have a whole Ministry of Digital Economy. And over the world, in Europe and elsewhere, digitalization and the digital economy, which is the future, has or are being given all the attention that it needed. And as Ghana CEO Summit, the agenda we set is to spearhead and push governments. Anything that will help private sector to thrive is what we push to make it happen.
Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Esla Owusu-Ekufo, says government is currently developing a digital economy policy.
It's in the formative stages. We've engaged consultants who are working on it. Questionnaires have been sent out to people to participate. If you're interested in participating, drop off your ideas with the Chief Director of the Ministry of Communications, and she'll forward it to the consultants. So once we have a draft, we will subject it to extensive stakeholder consultation and then have media engagements on that. We can't just digitize without having a plan or a policy or a strategy. So far, we've been doing so. We know what we want to do, but we need to have clear timelines and deliverables.
Director General of the State Interest and Governance Authority, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, during the panel discussion, indicated that his outfit is working to reduce the bureaucracy in public institutions.
Indeed, the perception is there, and to some extent, you will find evidence that there is some bureaucracy which it's not acceptable in some respects in the public space or the public sector entities, and that sometimes impact negatively on the private sector businesses that goes around and help us to move the economy. And so, yes.
Economist Professor Eric Osei-Sibe, on his part, urged government to improve its tax collection system in order to ensure compliance.
Government obviously has to be more radical in terms of collecting taxes, but the focus should not only be on raising taxes. If you ask me, it should be more or less be on base broadening the tax base, ensuring that the taxpayers actually comply with the tax system, improving the tax administration and collection system, making it more efficient, and to me, more importantly, closing the loopholes.
Other distinguished guests took turns to churn out solutions for post-pandemic economic recovery. Meanwhile, the Chief Executives Network Ghana says it will ensure that recommendations made at the summit are aligned to government policies. Bismarck Awuse's report for Joy Business.
You're welcome back. Now, today we want to have a discussion, a conversation on cyber resilience. Of course, we're joined in studio by cyber security agent, Dr. Bright Maudor. Of course, he is the CEO, right, of Dimensions?
No. Just a head of managed security services.
Great. You know, it's very important that we have this discussion because we know that COVID-19 has migrated so many businesses online, and with this also comes the threat of cybersecurity. From your own, experience as an agent, help me understand the various complaints that you're getting from clients these days.
A lot of clients never thought that they're going to get into a place where they have to deal with cyber issues. They think it's only in the foreign countries, but here it is with us. A lot of people are getting affected by the cyber security issues, but we're saying we move to cyber resilience. So like I said before, we do the conference, during the summit, we have to see how do we detect, be able to protect our systems, how to recover, and also identify some of these risks that are happening to us. Now, a lot of clients are having issues where with this business, we have business continuity problems. They don't have visibility of what is going on in their systems and networks. They don't know what exactly has gone down in the past 24 hours or past 2 hours or even the past minute. That is why we're trying to look at things like incident response. How can we get back to our normal working systems in the shortest possible time? Because the longer you stay offline, the more you make losses.
So the longer you stay offline, the more you make losses.
Yes.
You're here to make some, demonstration for us to help us understand what goes into the hacking proper. He's going to be helping us understand what exactly goes into hacking and how you can be hacked within your office space, your home, your places of comfort. So let's see what you're going to do. What's going to happen right now? In
a cyber criminal's mind, there are various ways of being able to get into your life. They basically try to get information about you from all places, from their social media accounts to LinkedIn profile. They're trying to get using things like called Google, where they use very simple tools. Now, I'm going to skip all of that because we don't have too much time.
Exactly.
And I just want to let the audience know how easily it is that they can get to break into your life. What will happen if your boss right now, your head of finance, sends you a message saying that there's a salary review? Don't you think you will open it?
I will.
Exactly. So now it's very easy for me to fake an email from you to somebody else. I'm not going to do that right now because it's quite easy, and because we have systems that I've created that I can do that. But you see, there's a document right in front of you, as you can see here.
Salary compute me. You're going to show that to the screen.
That is showing an Excel sheet, and what do you see on the screen?
So that's enable macro. So these are the details of the Excel sheets.
Excel sheet. So please enable macro.
Okay.
Right. So as you can see, you can enable macro.
And this is a computation. This is a computation of various accounts.
Yeah.
Various numerical
so
accounts.
Enable macro and enable content. Take the mouse there.
Which side exactly?
The yellow part there. Enable content. No, at the top. You see enable content. No.
Let's save the time for you to do that. Oh, okay. Yes, sure. All right, so it's currently enabled now.
Cancel. All right, so when you click on enable content, what you don't know is that there is a connection to that laptop. Do you believe it?
I don't believe that.
So now, that's what you normally see. You think you're seeing numbers, you think you're seeing something like that, but what I can do in the background is...
So all these things are various codes that have all these things hacked into the system.
Yes. So I want to show you something very easily.
If you could show it to the camera so we could see exactly what you're saying.
In a few seconds, everything that you're doing, you are seeing that as a normal transaction.
That's
but
my face down on your screen.
I can see everything that you do. Your camera has been activated.
That's my face on your screen.
Yeah.
So this is how you guys hack. This is how most of them hack into the system.
Exactly. It's very simple. Send an Excel sheet to you, makes it to be hacked easily. For example, so that is one way when you're very far away. But the thing is the situation. So you see, you are still viewing this normal as a document that you really just want to look at. But what's happening in the background is, oh, by the way, look at it. Look at the laptop. If you could show the laptop to the screen.
As in mine or yours?
Yours.
Okay. So there it goes.
And I basically want to shut down that laptop. I can put it off.
So you basically have control of my laptop
everything
now,
you type, everything you say in the background, everything you're doing. I can even force you to become a victim.
And how exposed do you feel we are to these particular threats of cybersecurity?
We are very exposed. There are various elements of things that we need to start looking out for. Now, this could be a malware which is embedded in that Excel document that is lurking through your network, but you don't know. That's what we call. We have what, like at Dimension Data, we have what to call a threat intelligence center. Our threat intelligence center will see everything in your network, your systems, what activities are happening, what is supposed to be happening, and how can we make sure that we actually stop that before it happens. This cable you see here will look to you like a normal cable, right? It's an Android, right?
Yeah, that's
if you actually plug this in right now to charge, just plug it in here. Very simple.
But it's an Android.
Android, yeah, on the side. And you plug it to your phone to charge.
Okay.
You will think that your laptop is charging, right?
But all the information are being taken out.
So what you think is your laptop is charging. However, when I'm next to you, I will be able to see if I can try to trigger anything on that laptop a few meters away. Okay, the battery is almost
just amazing.
My battery is dead.
The basic point is that you could extract information from my laptop, just from my phone, just because of the fact that I've connected the cord to this.
So I could meet you at a coffee shop. I could give you this charger cable to do for me. In fact, I don't even need this cable to be charged.
Interesting.
Because everything is in this cable. These are other ways that adversaries are trying to get into your laptop, and they'll plant something on your laptop which can be there for a while. Now, this laptop is talking to what they call a command and control. It's in the cloud, some system out there which is controlling your laptop. This is what hackers are doing. These are the new ways that they're doing. So some of the basic things that we need to start thinking about when it comes to basic security. One, it starts with you as a person. Passwords. People think your passwords need to be characters and numbers. Your passwords are supposed to be a sentence. Has to be in blocks. So have a space in your passwords. Right. Second thing is to have simple things we call password managers.
In 30 seconds.
Yes. Password managers. Last thing is to make sure that you're always watching at all times and have your systems to be monitored.
Great. I think we could continue with this discussion, but you've seen it all for yourself, the need for you to have much more security within this space of cyber security. We're so grateful to the cyber agent for all that he did. And that's how we end this edition of Marketplace. My name is Charles Aite. Enjoy the rest of our programs.